Okay, we going live on YouTube. Then once we live, then we shall get started. All right, so we are live on YouTube. Those that can't follow up due to network, you always find a recording there on YouTube. Yeah, I'll be sharing in the link. Then let me also get it here. Okay, I've shared the link. Anyone can share it on WhatsApp so that those that can't join in can easily follow up. Yes, so today we're going to continue with where we stopped from. Yeah, so last time we looked at how do you get started with just writing a simple HTML. Okay, mostly the codes that are always required. Yeah, so today we're going to try to write almost a complete page, but it's going to be a gallery page that is showing we're going to have certain images, then those images are going to be outsourced from a certain folder. Yeah, so as I'm writing the code and you have any questions, you can always send in the chat, then I'll be able to answer back to you. Yeah, so I've created a folder called website. This is where my website is going to be found. Then inside it, I have a folder called images. So here I've put certain images for different smartphones. So I'm going to create a gallery that is showing those phones. And I write there kind of some text. Yeah, so now that means we're going to create our index.html page here. Yeah, in this folder where we have images, the same location as images. But due to presentation purposes, because we have limited time, I'm not going to continue using Notepad because it is kind of slow, but it is good when you're learning so that you type everything from scratch. I'm going to be using some advanced text editor. It's called Visual Studio Code. Now, it doesn't mean that it is the best or what. I just found myself using that. So you can use others like Sublime Text Editor. Maybe if you're using a Mac, you can use Vim, or if you're using Linux, you can use Vim. Yeah, you can use any text editor. I would recommend you to continue using Notepad. Then from Notepad, you use Notepad++. Then from Notepad++, now you can use these ones. Yeah, so this is how it looks like. It's called Visual Studio Code. It's from Microsoft. Yeah, it's just a text editor, just that for it, it shows colors and more functionality. And so I just want those colors just to highlight a few things, just for presentation purposes. Yeah, so now I have my folder here. Yeah, like from desktop, I can come here and I open it, or I can come to file, then open here. So we're not going to go through how you use this text editor because it's not part of what we learn in. What we want to learn is just HTML. So I'm going to open my folder called website. Then I create a new file called index.html. Yeah, so you remember in Notepad, we could just open our Notepad. Then we just go to file, then save as, and save as index.html. So it is the same process, just that now I'm using this text editor to be able to present to you. Yeah, so now I have index.html. That's where I'm going to write some of the sample code. Now, the page that is going to have our gallery, I'm going to call it gallery.html. Yeah, now I have two pages. Then I'm going to show you how do you link two pages also together. Yeah, so the gallery.html page is where we're going to write our gallery. Then index.html is where we're going to write some of the code just for demonstration purposes. Yeah, so if I try to open If I try to open File Explorer and I come to website, now I can see that I've got two files, index, gallery, then I have images folder, the one that is having images. Yeah, so let's go back to index.html. Now, remember what we said, you have to write you start by writing the document declaration, this doc type HTML, then again you write HTML tag. Then within the HTML tag, we have the head tag, then also the body tag. Yeah, so we have the head tag, then the body tag. Then the head tag, inside the head tag, we can have title for now, then and more other things, but I'm just going to put just the title, and I call it index page or trial page. Yeah, then we said inside HTML, you can have attributes like language. Then this, I'm going to say it is English. Yeah, then inside body, we said you can have the background, you can have the background color, you can have background image, very many things. Yeah, but for today, we're going to look at a few tags. One of them is a paragraph. So in case you want to write a paragraph, a very big paragraph, you represent it with P tag. Yeah, so P means a paragraph. So I can say this is a paragraph. Yeah, I save it. Then I come and open my, okay, let me open with, I'm going to come here, then I open it with Edge so that we can view it from there. Yeah, so this is our page. So we write in the code from VS Code, then we're seeing the results from here. Yeah, so let me go back to this. Okay, now that is a paragraph. It can have, as even if the words are very many. Now I have some big random text that I'm just going to paste here. Oh, it went off the clipboard. Okay, I'm going to go online and I get just a random text, like a very big paragraph, and I try to insert it in our page here. And then I save, then I come to this, refresh. Yeah, so you can see that now we have a very big paragraph. Yeah, so that's a paragraph tag. That's what a paragraph tag does. Now we have two paragraphs. The first one we wrote and the second one here. Yeah, so that is a paragraph tag. It is used to create paragraphs. Yes, then another tag that another common tags in HTML are called headings tag. So it happens that you're writing to certain headings within your web page. You have different headings. So for those headings, they have different sizes. So HTML has headings from heading 1 up to heading 6. Yeah, so that is heading 1. That's how you write heading 1, by just showing H1. Yeah, so I'm going to use the same. Okay, let me just say this is heading 1. Yeah, then heading 2 uses H2 tag. So I'm going to say this is heading 2. Then heading 3 uses H3. So that is heading 3. Yeah, now we're going to go and see how it is looking like. Yeah. Yeah, so now you could see that they are all bolded, but they have different sizes. Now, apart from sizes, headings, search engines attach like precedence or priority to headings when they are navigating the page. So heading 1 will be taking like the biggest precedence, than heading 2, then heading 2, then heading 3, like that. So if you have something that is written in heading 1, it shows that it is more important than others which are written in lower headings or even in paragraphs. Yeah, so Now I'm just going to copy and paste this paragraph to repeat it. Then I try to write different headings on top of the paragraph, and we see what we can end up with. Yeah, so I'm going to first remove this. Yeah, then I have just that one paragraph that I'm going to replicate. Yeah, so I'm going to copy it. Then here I'm going to put on top, before it, I'm going to put heading 1. Yeah, then I put maybe section 1. Yeah, then another one, I'm going to put heading 2 on top. Then I can say section 1.1. Then I'm going to paste that paragraph here. Yeah, I just want to structure out something like a textbook, or maybe a report, you're writing a report, how it can look like on a website. So this can be section 1.1.1. Then I'm going to paste the paragraph. Then I'm going to go up to heading 6. Yeah, so this can be section 1.1.1.1. Then we paste our paragraph. Then we have heading 4. One point one. Yeah, heading 5. And lastly, heading 6. And then we come here and refresh. So now you can see, okay, now that means we have, yeah, it's okay. Maybe this one, I need to revise here. There's one heading that is not right. This heading 1, 2, 3. So this one is not supposed to be there. So we have heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, heading 4, 5, 6. So let's see how it looks like. Refresh. Yeah, so you can see that as I'm going down, it is reducing in size. Yeah, so you have a spelling error, but that is not a big case on heading 2. All right, like that. So those are headings, how you write different headings in HTML. Is it clear? Anyone to confirm?
Yes, it's clear. Yep.
Okay, let me hope also others are following very well. So that is headings. Then apart from headings, we're going to look at another one called table, how you use tables. Yeah, so I'm going to create another one and I call it tables.html. Yeah, now just to save on time, this is an advanced text editor. It can generate some code, which I'm going to do, but the code it's generating is just the other tags that we talked about and more addition ones. So these ones don't care about them. Yeah, so now we're going to see how do you create tables. Creating tables, you start with a table tag. Yeah, so you have the table tag. Then within the table tag, first of all, you can put the title of that table. So the title of that table takes what they call a caption. Like that. So I can say I'm creating a table of students. Yeah, so you just write a text. Then tables have rows and columns. So rows are represented with TR. That's how you create a row. It means table row. So within a table row, you can have different columns. Now, if you have one column and one row, that is one cell. It's kind of like one cell. That is one row, one column. So I'm going to first create one row and maybe two columns. Yeah, so the columns take what tag called TD to mean table data. Now there are some advanced tags that I have not yet covered here, the ones for the table. Let's first go with these ones. So TD means table data. So that is what denotes a column. So now that means I have a table with one row and one column. Now, how do I see it? Because if I try to open, if I come here and I change to tables, I'm just going to type it here. Yeah, now I can see it is having students of VMEDI Bootcamp, but it is squeezed on the right, and again, I can't see it, a structure of that table. So one of the things that you need to do is you need to indicate what they call a border, and you give the pixels, like how thick should the border be. So I'm going to say 1 pixel, save it. Yeah, come back here. Give me just 1 minute. Yeah, so I'm going to refresh. Now our table is there, but it is very small because there is no content yet. There's nothing. So we need to come back here and we say that how much is our table like covering. So you can do that by putting the height attribute and also the width attribute. Yeah, so the height attribute can be, you can put the percentage of the page that table is going to cover. So if I put 100%, it means that the table is going to take 100% of the entire page. Then in the width, if maybe I put 50%, then it is just going to occupy 50% here. Like that. So now you can see that it has taken 50%. Then the height is 100%, but we've not put anything here. So let me try to put something. And I say our first column, but we're going to replace it with something. I save and come back here, then refresh. So I can see that I have one row and one column, like one row, then one column. So I'm going to create 3 columns. One is going to have number, then name and contact. So those are 3 columns. Then rows, we shall have as many rows as possible. So I'm going to come back here. Then now that means I'm going to have one row, but it's going to have 3 columns. STD, those are 2, then 3. Yeah, like that. We say the first one is going to take just number, like that. Then the next one is going to take name. Then this one is going to take contact. Yeah, then I come back here and I refresh. So now you can see that our table is starting to come out. Number, name, contact. Yeah, so now it happens that those headings on a column, they are called table heads. So for them, they don't use TD, even if you can use it, but they use TH to indicate table head. Yeah, so I'm going to reserve this row. Okay, let me just retype it, not to confuse you. Yeah, so we have our first row is going to have those headings, and they are going to be 3. So it is table head, that is the first one, and it's going to be number. Then the second one, which is TH, is going to be name. Then another one, which is TH, is going to be contact. Yeah, then I save. So we shall replace what the ones which are down here. So now you can see they are bolded and they are centered. So that's how a table is, like that's how the table heads are written. Now we're going to go and start putting in the column, putting in the data. So that means every time you put in the data, we need to create another row, but with the same columns, same number of columns. Another row, same number of columns. Another row, same number of columns, like here. So the first, this one will denote like first column, but the second row. So number will be 1. Then the name, we can put the name of the student. Then we can put the contact here. Yeah, like that. Then we go back and we see how that. Now we can see that we have the first student, their name, and the contact. Then now, if you want to add another entry, what we do, we create another row, TR, then we put the same number of columns. So we have 3 columns, 1, 2, 3. Like that. Then we can put another student. So this is number 2. Then the name, I can say maybe, then we put the contact. Save. Then when we come back here and refresh, you can see that now we're creating more. Yeah, we're creating more rows. Yeah, so there are very many things you can do with the table. You can do column span, where you can like I can merge number and name column. Then down here, they are distributed into 2 columns. So that is called column span. Yeah, then in case there are 2 rows here, but at the end there is 1 big row, like here 1 and 2 is just 1 big, rather than they are further subdivided. That is called the row span. But we're not going to go so much into that. I just wanted to show you how you use the table. Then it is what we're going to use to create the gallery. Yeah, so now if I come here and I say my table border is 0 pixels, like that, then I refresh, the table will stay there, but I will not be seeing the columns. Okay, I will not be seeing the border. I will not be seeing those lines. Yeah. So is it clear to everyone? In order for it to come out very well, you just need to sit and start practicing. Now, if in case you want to learn the HTML tags, you can just search on Google. You can find almost everything. Or there is some website I can recommend. It's called W3 Schools. This one here. You can go to W3 Schools. Then you look at tutorials. Then you go to learn HTML. Yeah. Then here you'll see that they are showing you everything slowly. Now, like in case you want to learn about tables, you can. Let me see. They have it somewhere. Like here. So you click on HTML tables. Then they will show you how different, like they will first show you an example, then they start explaining to you what everything means. You can even practice from there. Yeah, without you installing anything, you can just practice from there. There are very many websites. Even if you just go to like Google search engine and you type in HTML tags or HTML tutorial, and you go to any of the results, you find all of them there. Yeah, you can see all these. So you just need to know what tag does what, which tag does what. Yeah, so you can see all these are tags. You just have to decide that I want to learn about images. How do I insert images into a web page? Click on it. then they will show you how you do so. Yeah, so now let's move back. Yeah, so that was tables. Then another last thing we're going to do before we go to our gallery is called lists. Yeah, so I'm going to create a new page and I call it lists.html. Yeah, then I'm going to generate that, but I don't recommend you doing it if you're just learning. You should use Notepad. Yeah. Then HTML can tell a web browser to do a certain list. Yeah, by list I mean like 1, 2, 3, 4, or by just bullets. For example, maybe you're naming a list of let's say universities. So I can have a paragraph showing lists of universities in Uganda. Yeah, then when we check here, yeah, so we need to change to lists. You can go and open from the other side. I just want to type it here. Yeah, now I have this list of universities in Uganda. If I want to bold that text, I can use a bold tag B, but now I'll have to ensure that this word is in the middle. Like when you have two tags, I have the paragraph tag and the bold tag. You cross the bold tag first, then you cross the paragraph tag last. Like you have to cross, you first cross the last opened tag. Hope you're getting it. Like in case you have 2 or 3, first cross the third one, then cross the second one, then cross the first one. Like that. Now, in case I also have italicized, it means that I have first cross italicized first. Yeah, like that. Now I've opened 3 tags: paragraph, bold, italicized. So I have to first cross italicized, then I cross bold, then I cross paragraph. Okay, so now we're going to make a list. The first one is going to be bullets. So a bulleted list is called an ordered list. Like it's not in order. So it uses a tag called UL to mean an ordered list. So within it, every single item takes LI, like list item, LI list item. So every list item goes between the LI tag. So here I can put the name like University. Then we have another one, LI. Then you can put another one. Yeah, like that. Now let's look at how it looks like. Yeah, so now you can see that it is bulleted. Yeah, it is bulleted. Now, if I don't want bullets and I want 1, 2, 3, so that is called ordered list. That is an ordered list. So the ordered list uses OL as the tag to mean ordered list. Then what is inside also is like list item. So here I could be talking about maybe let's say smart technology companies. Yeah, I just want to name them 1, 2, 3, so we can have Google. Then we have Apple. Another list item, maybe Facebook. Another list item, and say Amazon. Yeah. Also, you can add Tesla, though it is in cars, but it is in technology. So come here and refresh. So you will see for it, it is ordering them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, what if you want A, B, C, D instead of 1, 2, 3, 4? You come here to ordered and you use an attribute called type and you put like A. So there it will get to know that you're going to use A, B, C, D. EF. Yeah, in case you want Roman numerals, just put I, come and refresh. Yeah, we have I, then 2, 3, 4, like that. Yeah, so that is lists in HTML. So you can see that there are very, very many tags. You just need to understand which tag does what. So there happens that you need to link two like pages together. Yeah, so if I'm on index tag, I'm on the index page and I need to go to the gallery page. How do I do that? I have to insert a link somewhere. So I'm going to insert it on top here. And the tag we use to insert a link is called anchor tag. So it starts with A. And then you write in the middle what is going to appear. So I can say click here to go to gallery. Like that. But inside it, now if I try to refresh, now that is in under indexed, not in the list. Yeah, you can see that now it's just a plain word. It is not yet a link. Why? I need to give some attribute. It is called href. It's like referencing all the source. I'm trying to tell it that this is the source. When someone clicks, please refer them to this or go to this. So now I'm going to type the location or the name of my page. So it is gallery.html. Now, they are all located in the same folder, like index and gallery. So even if I don't put a complete location, because also this coming to copy C users, PC desktop website, gallery.html works. But since they are in the same folder, you don't have to do that. Just show that you're in the same folder, but find gallery.html. So now I'm going to refresh this. Now you can see that it is a link. When I click on it, it goes to that page, but that page is empty. Yeah. So maybe I'm going to come to that gallery page and I put a link that links back to index page. So let me generate some code. So this is going to be our gallery. So I'm going to put here just a link. On the page, I'm just going to put a link. Then it's going to link to index.html. Like that. Then I'm going to just call it home. Like that. I come here and refresh. Now when I click on home, I come back to this page. When I'm on this page and I click to this, it comes to gallery. So that's how linking works. Like I'm linking two pages together. Hope it is clear to you. Now, another one is that we're going to look at is inserting images. How do you insert media into your page? So I'm going to come here to the gallery and I insert a certain image. Yeah, just here below home. In order for you to insert image, use img tag. So img tag is one of the tags that don't have a closing tag. You don't have to attach a closing tag. All you have to attach is an attribute called source. That is the one that indicates the source of your image. Now I'm going to come here. You see I created a folder called images. Then I'm going to choose which type of image that I'm going to insert into my my website. Yeah. So for example, if I want to insert, okay, let me come here to background. I have some background. Then there is this image. All I need to do is to know the name of the image, then also its type. Yeah, so right click, go to properties, then find the name of the image. It's called a black background. Then its type is JPEG. So we need to go exactly to the source and type in the name and the type here in the code. So I'm going to come back here and I'm going to say the source is now. When you look here, our page is located here, but the images are not exactly here. So we have to first show them that please first go in that folder images, again go in another folder called background and you find it like that. If it was located here, we just go to images only, then we find the images there. Yeah, so I'm going to type in images folder stroke. Yeah, so now just this is okay, it's kind of intelligent, the editor I'm using now, it can show images, but you just have to understand its name. Then again, I'm going into the background folder. Yeah, so in Visual, in Notepad, just type it. As long as you type the right spelling, it will work. Then I'm going to select a black background. So you can see that it is that is the location of the image. Our image is located, it's located under images, then again a background folder, but it is called black background.jpg. And then we come and refresh here, then it will be inserted. So it is big, like its pixels are big, so it will be inserted like that if you don't adjust it. So it happens that you can dictate how wide and how the height that it should have. So I can type in the height tag, the height attribute. I can give the height according to pixels. Maybe if I give it 200 pixels like that, then I say its width is also 200 pixels. 200 pixels. I save it. Then I come and refresh this. Yeah, now you can see that my image is very small. It's 200 by 200. Yeah. Then if I don't have this, it's going to insert the original image, the way how big it is, it's going to occupy the whole thing. Now, apart from big pixels, I can use percentages like 100, okay, 50%. Now these percentages are for page, like they are for the page. So if I say 50% and 50% on the height and width, when I come and refresh, it's going to be occupying 50% on the width and also 50% on the height, like that. Yeah, so that's how you can adjust. Now there are more tags. There is alt tag. That is if someone can't see the image, which type of text should be showed. Then there is also title. Yeah, so the title is kind of like, let me say background. The title is like when someone just points to that image, what should be shown. You see, when I point there, it is showing me background. Yeah, it's not going to write a title text anywhere, but that's what the title tag does on the image. So now we've seen how do you insert images and how do you put links. Now we're going to create a gallery of phones. I'm going to imagine I'm selling smartphones and I want to come up with a website that shows phones, like a website that is showing my phones that I'm selling. So the trick I'm going to use a table. Then I structure out to the page. Then I hide the border. Yeah, so let's get started with that. I'm going to remove all these. Yeah. Okay, it's not going to be linking back. I just want to create it from here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to first insert a background image. Okay, before the background, let's first leave it and we just create our table. So I'm going to use the table tag. All right, Clinton, you're welcome. Thank you for appreciating. So we're starting with the table tag. Now, we said the table tag, we can have caption. Yeah, there are very many tags that I don't want us to go in so much detail to that. Yeah, so I'm going to call it smartphones of 2021. Yes, then within that, I'll need the rows now. Yeah, so let's first think about it. If I want to display like smartphones, I'm going to display like 3 on a row. I'm going to display 3 or 4. Okay, let's use 3. Yeah, so now that means I need 3 columns and maybe 2 rows. Yeah, but we can add as many rows as possible. For now, let's use 3 by 3. Yeah, so I'm gonna need 3 columns. I'm not going to put the TH. I'm not going to put the head. I just want to have a gallery. So I'm going to have 3 of these columns. That is 1, 2, 3. So this is going to be repetitive. Yeah, now I'm just copying it to save on time, but it's always better you type to get used. So now we have 3 rows and 3 columns. Now that means we're going to have 9 smartphones. Let me reduce on 1 so that we save on time. Yeah, like that. So on our table, we're going to put a border to see that it is visible, a border of 1 pixel, like that. Then I come back here, look at it. Yes, it is there, but there is no content inside yet. Yeah, so I want my table to occupy, I want the height to be on 100%, and also the width to be 100%. Like I want it to occupy the entire page. Yeah, like that. Okay. Yeah, so now what is left is us to insert images here. Okay, so I'm going to insert images of smartphones that I have. So I'm going to use IMG tag. Then I go to source. Then I put here, they are located under images folder, then stock. Now we said this is intelligent, it's showing me this, but as long as you know the name. So I'm going to insert the first one. Maybe let me put this and you see how it is looking like. It will be big. Yeah, so now it is big. Yeah, so we need to reduce it so that it is not occupying the entire, it's not taking a very big width, or like it's not taking entire space. What we're going to do, I'm going to give it some height of around 600 pixels. Then the width of around 400. Now we're going to look at it when it is stretched, we increase either the width or the height. Yeah, then do that. Now you can see that it is stretched, like it's not looking normal. So it needs more width. Yeah, that's why it would be better. I didn't want to do that. It is better when you edit your photos so that they are of the same size and you don't struggle with them here. Yeah, so I'm going to use 500 like that. So now when I refresh, at least now it's of good size. So that is one image. So let's insert another one. In the second row, so we insert another one, IMG, source, images, stroke. Now let me bring maybe a 1+9, like that. Yeah, now you can also see that it is big too. So we need to use the same trick, height. So if you know like Photoshop, you can go and use the same artboard, the one that shows same height and same width, so that here you just insert them. So let me give it also width of 500 and we see whether it is. Now, if it is pixels, even if you don't add px, it gets to know, but let's add. Yeah, now also it is good, it is okay. Now let's insert another one. Insert another image here. We're creating a gallery. Yeah, so images, stock. Then let me bring maybe a Samsung, which I'm also going to adjust its height. I'm going to first use 600 by 400 by 500. One that needs more height or more width, we shall always adjust. So now you can see I'm just repeating the same thing. And now this one needs kind of more width because you can see the cameras are overstretched. Same to this. Yeah, so I'm going to come back here and I add this one 600, also this 600. to ensure that they are looking okay. Now like there, at least, yeah, it's not the best, but at least it's coming out. It's getting close. So now we are done with the first row. Then let's bring more phones in the second row here. So I'm doing the same IMG source. Then I'm going to go to images, stroke. Now, if you type a wrong spelling, here I'm using this intelligent edit. If I type a wrong spelling, it won't show me images. But for you, if you type a wrong spelling, the photo is not going to show. Now, let me first bring one of the phones. We bring this Vivo. Okay. We give it height 6. Now we're going to be using 600 apart from the iPhone. 600. Like that. Now, if you type a wrong name or the name that doesn't exist, for example, under images, I miss S and I put IMG. It's just going to show like an icon that the image is supposed to be there, but it will not show. So that's what will happen if you type a wrong either extension, like instead of a JPG, you put PNG, or instead, as long as you have something wrong, that's what it will show you. That's how it will be showing you. Yeah, so let's insert the last two and we do more settings to beautify our page. I can bring this height 600 pixels, width 600 pixels. Now we see whether it has come. Okay, it is there. Now you can see okay, it's big, but okay, we can go with that. Now let's add another one. IMG source images, and I can bring maybe a flip, a Samsung flip. So this, we can give it the same height as the other ones, 600. If you don't give height and width, it's going to come with the original height and width, and that may be either so big or so small. So if your image is very small and you come here and you increase, it's going to get stretched. Yeah, so now we have this gallery. So now let's try to beautify it. How? First of all, I can decide to add names of phones. So in case I want to add names of phones, the better way to do it is I'm going to insert a row in between here. Like I'm going to insert a row here. Like below, when I'm done with the photos, below there is going to be another row just to have names. So I'm going to come here. This is the first row. Then I'm going to put another row down, but with the same columns. There are 3. Then we put names of phones. Okay. Thank you, Oluga, for that. Spelling of height here. All right. Thank you for that. It has been collected. Let me hope it has not affected here. Okay. Thank you. So now we're going to add just a row to mention names of the phones. So the first one here, the one in the first row, first column, that is an iPhone 13 Pro. So we're going to add iPhone 13 Pro. Then the next one is a OnePlus Note 9. OnePlus Note 9. Then the last one is a Samsung A50, A55, A52. Like that. Now we come and refresh. Yeah, so now you can see the names. They are now displaying down. iPhone 13 Pro, OnePlus Note 9, Samsung A52. Yeah, we're going to do the same down here. But now, if you want to center them, there you use CSS. Though in HTML, there is a way of doing it, but those tags are obsolete. It means they are outdated, but you can still use them. Like here, I can use a center tag. Okay, like you see, I have this text. So I can add what they call center, just center, a center tag, center tag, center. Yeah, so let's try it on the first one. Once it works, we use it on the other one and the other ones. Yeah, so now the word has been centered. We're going to use it on others. But like I've told you, these are outdated. They are, now they recommend using CSS to center elements or to do certain things. Yeah, but since we've not yet covered CSS, I'm going to continue using them, but I've told you, always ensure that the tag you're using is not outdated. So if it is outdated, it's not that it will not work, it will work, but some web browsers may not understand what you're trying to mean. Yeah, so we're just going to use that just for this one. Then when we learn CSS, we shall see how to use it. Now we have that. Now let's name also the fonts down here. So I can copy. It's not good to copy and paste, but now we're running out of time. Let me just copy this. I paste it down here. Then I'm going to replace this with this is Vivo 70 Pro. Even if you stop there, then this is Xiaomi 11T Pro. Then the last one is a Samsung Fold Flip 3. Yeah, it's a Flip Z3. Then we can move the word forward like that. Now let's see, has it named it? Yes, they are named now. Yeah, so now we're going to put a background. We're going to put a background picture. Yeah, so I'm going to use that verb background photo, but I'm going to put it here. See, in the body, I want it to take the entire page. So that is done by using just background. Then you put the image source. So that image is located under images, stroke, background. Then, okay, let me first sample with the gray background like that. And I come and refresh. You see there is a gray background. That photo, it's gray. But this is not the one I want to use. I want to use one which is black. Now that means I'll have to change the font type, the font color of my words. But let me first insert the image. Yeah, so it's called a black background. Like that. Refresh. Yeah, so now it is there, but the words are not visible, right? Yeah, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to change the font colors of the words. Now also this is no longer recommended. Like I've told you, it is now they recommend using CSS for this, but we're just going to do it because we've not yet covered CSS. So I'm going to turn my words to white. First see the first word. Once it works out, then we apply it to others. Yeah, it is showing iPhone 13 Pro. Now let's do the same. You can even increase the size. Like I can say size is equal to 15 pixels. And then it increases. Now 15 is very big. Let's use, let's stick 12. Yeah. Or for now to save on time, let's forego the size. We go with the default size. I'm just going to change the font color. Yeah, so I'm going to come do the same to this font color white. Yeah, now this is so manual. If I was using CSS, I would write just like 3 lines of code. That's why it's no longer recommended. So, but now we have nothing to do. Let's just do it. Yeah, then I do the same to this. Then last two. Font. I hope you're still following. Font, then color. We're using white. Now there are color codes, all that, but we shall go them in CSS. Like here, instead of writing the color, the name of the color, can just put color, then I write the X code. The X code for white is F. They are grouped into two. So it is FF, FF, FF. That means white. Yeah, so we come here. Yes, now they are okay. But now the border is not looking good to my page. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove the border. So I'm using the table, but I don't want to show people that I'm using the table. So I remove the border. Refresh. Then now they are looking like they are not in a border. They are not in a table, but they are in a table. So on top, what I can do, I can put a title, a big title before my table. I can put a title of heading 1, and I say smart. Okay, check out a gallery of best smart fonts of 2021. Yeah, so this one, smartphones of 2021, we can also use heading 1. So let's use heading 1. Sorry. It's better we stick with the lowercase. And again, I'm going to give it a white color. Yeah, so font, then color, then white. Yeah, then there's something I'm going to do here, like to separate them. Now there are 2 words. But this one is non-centered, so I'm going to center it. And again, I'm going to draw an horizontal line. Yeah, so all this, we want it to be centered. Yeah, but like I said, it is no longer required to use center like that. Yeah, so check out a gallery of best smartphones of 2021. Then we're going to draw a border, a line, an horizontal line down there, here. Horizontal line, you just use HR and it draws an horizontal line like that. Then we refresh. And that's how our gallery is now looking like. So you see the page we've been able to build. How is it? Who can rate it?
9 out of 10.
What is missing? Okay, it's just that we've just tried to build a page, but this is not the way they, okay, like this is not the way they write websites. But when you practice like this, you'll find a better way. Yeah, so there are very many things it is missing, like it's not having like a navigation, but okay, like I can't link back to any other like pages. Even when I click on the image, it doesn't like pop up and show, but all that is done by CSS and some JavaScript. Then again, if I'm using a phone, it's not going to display well. Like I'll have to horizontal scroll, so it's not responsive. Yeah, and how do you apply responsiveness? Using CSS. So it's the one that caters for the ability. But you see, we've just written HTML, but at least we've tried to bring out something which is good. Maybe what we can do, we can swap. This is a black phone. We can swap it with this one so that it can have a white background. So we're going to swap Flip Z3 with Samsung A52. Yeah. Here I'm going to put Samsung A52. Or is it? Then we have to change it also here. A52. Then you go to where it has been and you put the flip. Then we change it also here. Flip. Yeah, let me just leave it like that. Then I just want to swap it so that it is on top. Yeah, because it was black and it had a black background. Yeah, so this is what we've been able to build today. Unless there is any question. Any question? Okay, anyone wants to say anything you'd like to say before we close, because we're going to close and we shall meet again on Friday.
Thank you for today's session. I really appreciate you to take the time to sit down and teach us about the introduction of HTML. Yeah.
You're welcome. Okay.
I'm really grateful for this session. I've really enjoyed it and I've picked a few things. Thanks.
Okay, you're welcome. Yeah, so, all right, you're welcome. Yeah, so we meet again on Friday, but now we should start practicing, because after that weekend, we're going to group you in a group of three people or two. Yeah, we're going to do two people. So you can group yourselves by maybe anyone you want to work with. Then we start coming up with the websites. Now the websites we want to build are for schools. It can be your school, it can be for your university, or it can be for the school of maybe your relative. Yeah, we just want to build websites for mostly secondary schools. Yeah, we don't recommend universities. We want mostly for secondary schools. Then we shall host them and we give them to those schools, but we want you to build them, the people that have learned from this bootcamp. And then Olga Daniel is asking, what if I want other unordered lists but not bulletin? Yeah, there you need to change the type. So you'll go and search for it on Google. You see, you just have to change the type. The way we did for ordered lists, you just change the type. Yeah, so otherwise, have a good night to everyone. We meet again on Friday.
Thanks. Have a good night too.